Hi, Emily. How are you? How was your day? How are you feeling today on Mother's Day?
Hi, teacher. Sorry, I'm in my house.
Oh, don't worry. I understand. I have one of those families too that like to gather on holidays and do all sorts of things. I hope you're having a great time, Emily. I hope. Are you having a great time?
Yes, thank you.
Awesome.
And what about you?
I'm sorry.
What about you? How's your day?
Oh, all good so far. Been able to spend some time with family also. And then back here for our class. So, for today's class, as I told you in the chat, don't you worry, it's going to be pretty much just practice what we saw yesterday, and then maybe also some speaking exercises. But let's wait and see if someone else joins us. So let's wait. So it's already 7 and 10 p.m. So let's start. Give me 1 second. Since it's just us, probably, I'm going to share my screen today, or sorry, as our first exercise. Oh, sorry, my camera isn't on. Sorry. There we go. Today's first exercise is simply remembering everything we saw yesterday and put it into practice. So, what we're going to do is a tiny little exercise. It's pretty short and sweet, so don't worry about that. So, I'm sending you the link through here, through chat. There we go. So, let's begin. Remember, this is just, audio warning, advertencia de ruido, noise warning, sorry. It's been a while since I did one of these, I forgot about the music. So, right here you need to choose if you can use used to, would, or both in each one. So, do your best. Hi there, how are you?
Sure. Can you? You.
Yeah, I can hear you. It's a bit um like it's a bit muffled, but we can hear you.
Now you can hear me?
Yeah, that's better. That's much better.
Okay.
Awesome. So we're doing a tiny little exercise to review what we saw yesterday. You can still join. You can use the link in chat.
Thank you.
Please go. You can still join. This one is a pretty short and sweet little review about what we saw yesterday. You need to choose if we can use used to, if we use only would, or if we can use both.
Yeah.
Okay, so very, very good. There's one in particular. Is my mic? Yes. Ah, sorry. Estaba viendo que si mi micrófono estaba prendido. So there's one in particular I want to go into, but let's review them overall. So with the ones that had a bit of an issue here and there. So number 2, in the long summer holidays, I go. Acción. I would go. I used to go. Both work. Very, very good. Here, when I was a military trained teacher, I work. Both. Ambas. Why? Because work is an action, right? So it's something you physically do. You go to work or you work. So that one is both. Now, let's leave this one till the end. We'll explain this one a bit further on. I actually forgot to mention a tiny little thing that was with this one. I'll mention it right now. So, well, at the end of the rest of them. So, right here, he go, an action, a physical action. So, used to go and would go, both correct. Right here, when I had a car, I would drive. I used to drive, right? So let's move on to this one, number 9. When I was at school, I would do. I used to do. Both work. And finally here, I used to work, would work. Both of these function in this way because we have a physical action. We have a verb that supposes a physical action. So now we move on to number 5. This one was a bit, I know, it slipped my mind on yesterday's presentation, but that's the purpose of these exercises. To practice, to see if something that didn't come up for some reason in yesterday's presentation, to say it here. So, pay attention. One second. There we go. So, when they came to London, okay, we have this part, simple past. They travel anywhere, right? So, if we didn't have this, could we use then used to and wouldn't? Nope. We could only use didn't, used to. Why? Because right here they say they travel. So, am I making sense? They wouldn't travel anywhere. Does that make sense?
No.
See your actions. No. Right here, the one that makes the most amount of sense is when we have an adverb. When we have never, when we have always, then we can sometimes use the would. Wouldn't isn't really used in the habitual past. We normally add it with another adverb. Normal. For example, instead of saying when I was a child, I wouldn't eat candy. That's not commonly done. I'm talking about common usages here. This wouldn't isn't used in the habitual past. Recuerden, únicamente en el pasado habitual, que es lo que estamos viendo ahorita, no se utiliza mucho. We don't use wouldn't much. We would use, for example, would never. But that isn't a rule. That isn't an exact rule. That's about common usages. So that's what I want you to keep in mind. Right here. In this one, the correct, let's say, answer would be would never. Why? Because this is the most common one. This is the one that I should have explained yesterday. It slipped my mind. But in the habitual past, sorry, I was going to say common past. In the habitual past, we normally don't use wouldn't. Normally, we add an adverb to this. For example, would never, would seldom. That's another one kind of weird. Everyone knows what seldom means. Anyone? Have you seen?
It's
I'm sorry. Could you repeat that?
it's the similar like an action like right really right. Then you don't do it that thing frequently.
100% correct. Exactly. That you don't do it very frequently. Seldom in Spanish is most commonly translated as rara vez or muy rara vez. So these are the type of adverbs we normally would add to the habitual past. Now, please keep in mind that this isn't a rule. This is not a rule. This is talking about common usages. There isn't really a rule here. I'm talking about the common usages. Which one is most commonly used? Normally, when talking in the habitual past, we add an adverb. Normally, this is just if you want to talk informally with friends, with family, with co-workers, we normally add an adverb. At the end, we don't use wouldn't when we're talking about something we didn't do in the past or didn't used to do in the past. So, other than that, is everything okay? All good here?
Yes.
Awesome. So, let's move on to the book exercises. It's already 7:27. Wow, time is going by really fast. So, let's go to the exercises. I just wanted to make sure we saw a tiny little part of these. This part that is in the exam. I'm sorry, in your book. Which was, yeah, here it is. So, I just wanted to review this because we'll also see it a bit further on. So, Emily, could you help me reading this from this part? I'm sorry, salió un poquito chusco. One second. From this part?
From what part?
From here.
Okay. We form negative statements and questions without a D, like.
No. In this one, the one below, where there's the arrow.
Okay.
On
We often use a mixture of used to and would when we describe past habits. We start with used to and continue with would. I used to do a lot of exercise when I was in high school. I will play tennis every weekend and go swimming there for
very
4 times a week.
Oh yeah, 4 times a week. Very good. Thank you. So, tiny little thing I wanted to highlight. Una cosita que quería remarcar. This usage, like the one you saw on the previous exercise, we have a mixture of both tenses. Most of them were in simple past, but right here we can add them. We can mix them together. And most commonly, de forma más usual, common usages. Remember, this isn't the rule. We normally start with the used to, and then we continue with would. But the same rules apply. Aplican las mismas reglas que sí vimos ayer. For example, we do not use would with any stative verbs. If we have a stative verb Here, for example, instead of would play tennis, the sentence was like to play tennis. Right here, we wouldn't use would. I used to, and repeat it. That's a tiny little caveat. So, tiny little thing, and also the simple, oh, it's right here. I didn't notice. So, we can use the used to, repeat it again, or simple past. Remember, the same rules that we saw yesterday apply even when we're doing multiple sentences about it. If we have a stative verb, we do not use would. So, another little thing I wanted to review. Fair, could you help me with this part, please?
Yes. Simple past. We may use either used to or the simple past when the habitual meaning is clear. We often use a mixture of used to and the simple past to describe past situations. Example, I didn't used to play any sports when I was younger. I hate sports. We use the simple past, not used to, when we talk about single actions or say how many times something's happened. Example, we went to Rio 3 times when I was young. Not we used to go to Rio 3 times when I was young.
Excellent, excellent job. Thank you, Fair. This is what I wanted to focus on. So, tiny little thing. When talking about the habitual past, another tiny little thing I wanted to review is this. Remember, when we're talking about the amount of time something happened, or if it only happened once, we just use the simple past. We don't need used to. We don't need you. We don't need would. All we need is the simple past. Remember, whenever we're saying this many times, or if it was only once, simple past. And that's it. That's all you need. So, having said that, do you have any questions so far about any one of these, well, common usages and rules?
No, teacher.
No, awesome, awesome. So let's move on to the final little exercises of the night, which is this. So there are 8 of them. So please, now Emily, do number 1, 3, 5, and 7. And please, Fair, do the pairs. Number 2, 4, 6, and 8.
Okay.
So let's begin with number 1. Which one do you think goes here?
I used to love visiting my grandparents. They were such wonderful people.
Excellent. Very, very good. Thank you, Emily. Number 2.
You're such a good tennis player. Did you use it to play when no use
Which one? We have did.
with use without the
Exactly. And what was the final question?
did you used to play when you were younger?
Excellent. Very, very good. Thank you, Fair. Remember, the same rule applies for the general tense. If we have a did, auxiliary verb, this one needs to be in the base form. If we have did, if we have didn't, again, in negative sentences, use. We didn't use to do that, for example. So, very, very good. Thank you, Fair. Number 3, what's the answer here?
I went to Europe twice when I was in college, but I haven't been since.
Very, very good. Tiny little thing, same thing we saw right now. I went, simple past. Very, very good. Thank you, Emily. Number 4, what was the answer here? No.
I used to know all my neighbors, but I don't know.
Excellent. Very, very good, Fer. Thank you, thank you. Remember, no, it's a thought. It's something that happens. You already know something. You aren't doing the action of knowing. No estás haciendo la acción física de saber. Es algo que sucede, por así decirlo. Así que, stative verb. Used to. Very, very good. Thank you, thank you. Emily, could you help me with number 5?
Yes, my brother and I
Let's
Well-
use an adverb here.
were always arguing when we were younger.
Very, very good. We're always arguing. Right here, we'll see a bit further on. We can also use the past continuous to talk about habitual actions. And normally, when we use the past continuous, we add a tiny little adverb. Normally, common usages again. So, very, very good. Thank you, Emily. Fair, could you help me with number 6?
Yes. We didn't used to go on vacation very often.
Very,
Yes.
very good. Excellent, excellent. Thank you, Fair. Same rule that we discussed. sorry. Same rule that we discussed on number 2. So, very good. Thank you, Fair. Emily, could you come with number 7?
Yes, my sister used to have a bike
Very, very good.
that she rode everywhere.
Exactly. That she rode everywhere. Normally, when we have the past continuous, remember, an adverb. So right here, that she rode everywhere. Very, very good. Thank you, Emily. And Fair, could you come with the last one?
Yes. My friends and I never.
Oh, sorry.
My friends and I never used it to play baseball after school because we had nowhere to play.
Very, very good. Thank you, Fair. So right here, we're using used to. Why? Because we don't have a did. We don't have a didn't. We just have this tiny little habitual past with the used. So, like that. Very, very simple. So, do you have any questions so far?
I think no.
Awesome. So, it's already 7:38. We have 10 minutes and maybe 10 minutes. Yeah, I think we have enough time. So, today is Speaking Friday. So, we're going to do a tiny little activity. You're going to discuss your hobbies between each other. We're going to do the same dynamic that we did the previous week, which is you're going to tell the other person about your hobby. Oh, sorry, my camera isn't on. There we go. You're going to tell the other person about your hobby, and that other person is going to have to tell me, because there's only the 3 of us right now, about it. Why do you like it? Why does it make you feel so satisfied? And if you don't have if you don't have something you would consider a hobby or something that you do very, very commonly or regularly, you can talk about something you like to do, something fun to you that might not be considered very, very popular, or that you don't think many people do it, and you find it very, very fun. So those are the 2 little things we're going to be discussing right now. As always, it's going to be between the 2 of you. So, Emily, you'll tell me about Fernanda's hobby or like or thing to do that she likes to do. And Fair, you're going to tell me about Emily's thing she likes to do or her hobby. So,
Okay.
are you ready?
Yes.
Yes. Awesome. So I'm still here. If you wanna ask me a question about how you pronounce something or what's the word for something, but I'll mute and remove my video just so you can talk freely.
Okay. You start or me?
I don't know if you want to start.
Yeah, okay, bye. I think I start with I start to cook cookies as a hobby, but then today is more like my second job. So I love uh cook cakes and cookies. And my second hobby that I have is the puzzles. I love all the puzzles, but I have my favorite collection. It's from the name of the company is I forgot that. It's something like a Zoom. I don't remember well.
Yes, sir.
Sosoville. Sosoville is the name.
Could you
I
repeat,
sorry.
will you repeat it, please?
Is Sosoville. Both with C? No, with how do you say with how do you pronounce
Which one? Which one?
the set? Sit? Zeta?
Oh, Seth. Yeah,
Set? Yeah, really, yeah.
Seth.
Both
Mhm.
you can write Sosoville like with set. It's Sosoville like a bill, the bill.
Okay.
Yeah, and that puzzles are really cute for me because the artists have these draws really weird, and they I don't know how do you say plasma o dibuja.
Oh, plasma, it's called plasma in English, but I don't know what you
Yeah.
mean. Because plasma is mostly referring to the chemical content. So the
No, so I
metal
can
element
say,
de plasma.
no, quería decir como plasma imágenes, but I think
Oh,
I say draw daily life,
yes,
different situations
yes,
in,
it could be draw, it could be paints.
okay. Yeah, the artist paint or draw daily life in different situations, the people, the youngers, and all the draws um how do you say the drawings that they draw and should have a persons, but they draw monsters in the draw. I don't know if I say correct or you are understand me, Emily. Or they don't draw persons, they draw monsters in the real life, like a persons. It's cool. That's my hobby.
Okay, that's really interesting.
Yeah, you can follow it on Instagram.
Oh, okay.
And like Sosoville, Sosoville, something like that.
Okay. So my hobbies, I think one of them is listening to music because I'm always listening to music, especially calm music. And
How?
calm, yeah, like slow and
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I'm always listening to music like in every situation when I have a like a I have when I have free time in school at school um when I'm tidying or cleaning my room when I'm taking a shower yeah, and every time if I have the opportunity to listen to music I do it. And I also like painting. I like to paint. Um, I have a book of all the Van Gogh's paintings, and I like to paint them while I'm listening to music. Um, what else? Um, I like to do. I always forget the name. Origami. I like to do origami and look for new uh, forms and how do you say yeah, formats de animales o
Shapes.
shapes.
Yes, shapes. Animal shapes.
Oh yeah, I'm always looking for new animal shapes or maybe flowers or yeah, anything about that origami. What else? Um, mm, um, and I really like to watch series and movies. And yeah, I think those are my hobbies.
Okay.
And do you
Yeah.
have
So, do you have any final questions for each other? So you can properly present me your or the other person's hobbies? Any other questions? We have 3 minutes before we present.
Maybe I can add something. When I cook, I watch series because I think it's another point. I like this 19 series. Like I think it's oldies, a classics, like a Daria or Happy Tree Friends, because I think it's relaxed for me when I start to cook. Ah, that's all. Yeah. You got it, Emily?
yeah?
Okay, super. Great.
And do you have any question about my hobbies?
Mm, just one. You said you have uh mm, how do you say paints of Van Gogh, and you painted
Yeah,
also?
yeah, it's like a book of all the drawings, but they are like without color. So what I do is coloring them, paint them.
Ah, okay, yeah. Yeah, I get it. Thank you.
So then we can start with 1 minute left. So who wants to go first? Or do
Me?
we leave it up to chance? Oh, you awesome, boss. So you can tell me about the youth community, or was it fair? Sorry. Oh, it was you, Emily, right?
Yeah, it's me.
Okay. So Emily, what did you learn about Fair's hobbies?
One of her hobbies is baking. She loves to bake cakes and cookies, and while she's doing that, she likes to watch series like classic and 90s series. And she also loves to do puzzles. Her favorite collection is Sosobio, and she likes the collection because it's really cute, and the author maybe paint in like the puzzles are about daily life in different situations, and she also likes the collection because instead of draw like yeah they represent people as monsters, and she thinks that it's really cool.
Very good. Thank you, Emily. Yeah, you talked about everything she said. So very good. Thank you, Emily. And Fair, could you tell us about, or tell me, sorry, because there's just the three of us. Could you tell me about Emily's hobbies?
Yeah. Emily likes to listen to music, but it's music, quiet music, and she listen when she have free time, or when she is at the school, or when she does his housework or cleans his room. And another hobby that she has is the painted. She paints, and she has paintings made by Van Gogh, and she has a book with drawings by that artist that I understand. And there she can she can paint it. And the last hobby that she told me, it she makes origami. Is specifically, how do you say, how pronounce específicamente es
Specifically,
specifically, thank you.
no específicamente, pero sí se escribe. Justamente es de esas palabritas donde nos vamos a saltar unas cuantas letras. Se escribe specifically, pero se pronuncia como specifically.
Specifically,
Exacto.
she
Specific.
makes origami and specifically animals and flowers. And the last, that was not the origami, that wasn't the last. The last is she loves see movies and series also. And that's all.
Awesome. Excellent job. Thank you, Fair, for telling us about, or telling me, sorry, I keep forgetting there's just the three of us, for telling me about Emily's hobbies. So, very good job, both of you. Now, I want to ask you something. Do you have any questions about anything we saw today, about anything we reviewed on this week?
No, teacher.
Nope.
Maybe Monday.
On Monday. Okay.
Sorry, because this last week I had a lot of work and I traveled different states, so it was for me difficult to see the class, to take the class. So this weekend I have the time to see all the review classes. So maybe
Okay.
Monday or Thursday.
Okay. Don't worry. Don't worry. If you have any questions, you can just let me know and I'll answer. Don't worry. Don't worry.
Yeah, thank you, teacher.
So, I think that's it for today. Yeah, we don't have anything else to do. So, rest a lot, enjoy your day, have fun, everyone, and yeah, I'll see you on Monday. So, bye bye, everyone. Take care. Bye bye, Emily. Bye bye, Fair. Have fun
Bye,
today.
teacher. Bye, Emily. Take care.
Bye, Fair. Bye, teacher. Thank you.
Bye bye.